Hallelujah. Kwam Yashua. Stand up, y'all. It's the Holy Feast. Shalom. Peace, grace, and mercy from your neighborhood Hebrew. Shavash Barak, yeah. Y'all see what it is? We in the Feast of Passover and Unleavened Bread. It's the closing out day to day. Don't mind the noise in the background. That's my refrigerator. But hey, check this out. We finna go over a quick little lesson. I'm trying something new, you know what I'm saying? With the editing and whatnot and what I'm doing. So hopefully y'all catch on in, tap on in, and remember just to live your year with unleavened, right? So let's go ahead and talk about some few things, get to the scriptures. We're going to start off in Exodus. Get ready to exit. Hey, peace, grace, and mercy to y'all. Tune on in, tap on in. If you're in the area, come check us out. We in Fairfield, California. We're closing it out tonight. Check your spirit and let's get with it.
Exodus 12, verses 18 through 20. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread, until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall ye eat unleavened bread.
So this is a real quick recap, right? Exodus 12, 18 to 20 is letting us know to clear our house of the leaven, right? Get the leaven out the house, right? We also have to understand this is a house. Your body, your temple is a house. So you have to get rid of the things that are not good for it. The leaven, the sin, right? Bad thoughts, unclean thoughts. We all have them, but we have to try our best to get rid of them, right? So in this sense, it's telling us to do it in the actual physical, which is cleanse the house. Anything with the yeast and leavening, right? So that's what we have to do. That's the instruction. But it's a parallel for both your actual house and your actual physical. You know what I'm saying? Tapping in with your spiritual house. So we have to get that cleared so we can understand how to move in the future, right? So let's read some more.
1 Corinthians 6, verses 19 through 20. What? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit which is in you, which ye have of Yah, and ye are not your own? For ye are bought with a price. Therefore glorify Yah in your body and in your spirit, which are the Most High's.
Right. So we just went over, 1 Corinthians 6, right? 19 through 20, right? So you need to know whose this temple is, whose body you are of. It's of the Most High. And the Holy Spirit from Yah's spirit is trying to rest in you. So you got to keep that clean, right? Not just on holy days, not when y'all just go to church. You know what I mean? Can't be like that. You actually have to do it in a way to where it's pleasing to the Most High Yah. And that's keeping it clean always, right? It says, for we were bought with a price. So think about all the, like how else could you pay back the Most High? Well, it's got to be keeping his temple that he gave you right and moving right, living right? Following his commands, his laws, right? Keeping his will, right? Because all of it belongs to the Most High. You got to give it back. Come on, let's keep going.
Deuteronomy 16, verse 16. 3 times in a year shall all thy males appear before the Most High, our power, in the place which he shall choose, in the feast of unleavened bread, and in the feast of weeks, and in the feast of tabernacles, and they shall not appear before Yah empty.
Just checking out Deuteronomy 16 and 16 is letting us know these are the 3 high holy days that we got to appear for, right? Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is what we close in today, right? Feast of Weeks, which is called Pentecost, Salakia, and then the Feast of Tabernacles, right? So these are high holy days, right? High holy days. So we got to make sure that we keep these ones a little more specific than all the other ones, because all the other ones aren't as regarded as high as these ones are, right? So you have unleavened bread, which is the Passover. He's passing over us, right? We cleanse out and get rid of that sin, right? Pentecost, from what we got rid of that sin, right? He bring down that spirit upon us, right? Let that spirit hit us, right? And tabernacles, now we dwell together, right? Waiting on the return of the Messiah, right? We all dwell together as a family. So we got to understand the importance of what he's telling us to do, because it's all for a reason, right? We're waiting on the King, waiting on the Son of the Most High to come down and just lead us on out this thing. You ready to go? Let's go.
Matthew 26, verse 26. And as they were eating, Yeshua took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, Take, eat. This is my body.
So Matthew 26 and 26, right? So when they was eating, the Messiah Yeshua took the bread and blessed it and brake it and basically told them, take this and eat it. This is my body, right? Rejoining them and back into the covenant that the Father gave us back in Exodus, Deuteronomy, right? all those things. So it's bringing us back. He's trying to bring us back. But this is how we understand that this was before the Passover, because that bread was signifying that hey, look, take this leaven. You feel me? When you take this leaven, this is me. I'm assuming the sin that you have acquired, right? That might be a little deeper thought than other people may be thinking, but that's why it's saying what it's saying. And when we get to John 13, we can see that it was before the Passover when he broke the bread with them, right? Because he had to assume all of that leaven, right? And then we move into unleavened bread, right? So just, let that sink in and let that, marinate with your spirit one time so you can hear it, right? So if he's the Passover, he's assuming the leaven for us, right? That we may be passed over. Let's see if that adds up with you. Let's keep on going with the scripture.
2 Corinthians 5, verse 21. For he hath made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of Yah in him.
So 2 Corinthians 5 and 21, right? For he hath made him to be sin for us, right? So the Most High had made Yeshua to be the sin for us. It means he took on the sin for us. Passover lamb assumed the sacrifice for us, right? Because he knew no sin. But that's why he was a perfect vessel to take it all on, because he didn't know no sin, right? That we may be made the righteousness of the Most High Yah. So that's how we get cleansed through the Messiah. Hey, come on now. Come on now. Is you with it? You know what I'm saying? Do you get it? I'm following the Messiah. I want to be a passenger and a rider. I don't know what you're doing, but let's go. Come on.
Isaiah 53, verse 6. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord hath laid on him the iniquity of us all.
Isaiah 53 and verse 6, right? What we just looked over, listened to, and allowed to come in, right? All we like sheep have gone astray. So we all have gone astray. All of us have gone astray at one point in time or another, right? We have turned away, everybody to their own self, right? I want to do my own thing. I want to go out there and do my own thing, be my own person. When most of us, if not all of us, have not first sought out the purpose of the Most High having for us, right? That's why when we find our purpose, we really start advancing in life, right? And the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. This is going right back to what we just read. This was prophesied of the Messiah, that he is the Passover, that he would assume the leaven, right, for us. So he broke that bread in symbolism that I'm taking this. This is my body, right, that you are coming with. I'm taking this, right, that you got. Break this bread of me, my body, right? I'm going to assume what you have when you come in back into communion with me and my Father, right? So he's trying to get us to see that our iniquity or our sin is being taken on by him, right, as the Passover sacrificial lamb, right? And that to remind us to get away from sin. That's what he keep telling everybody. Hey, look, sin no more, sister. Sin no more. Hey, do what you have done. Sin no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm clean you. I'm make you right. You know what I'm saying? Sin no more. Hey, repent. Hey, you know what I'm saying? This is what disciples, the apostles, the prophets, all of them are speaking the same thing. So he's trying to get us to get away from this sin that we all keep committing. I was just telling somebody the other day, I said, and there's an elder sister too. The church teaches us, to kind of keep this thing going on in our head. Oh yeah, we all sinners. We all born into sin. Yeah, we know that we're all born into sin. We know that we all do commit sin, but do not accept the title of a sinner. No, you have sinned, but you are not a sinner. You do not currently walk in sin. So let's not walk in this.
1 Corinthians 5, verses 7 through 8. Purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Hamashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. Therefore let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth.
1 Corinthians 5, 7 through 8. It's telling us, right? We got to purge out. We got to get rid of the leaven. We got to get rid of the sinful mindset, the wicked mindset, the mindset that shows us that it's okay to keep being the same old version. No, we need to change. We need to change. We must change. We have to change, right? In order for us to change, we have to recognize the sin. So in order to recognize the sin, we have to read the book to figure out the laws that tell us to stay on the right path. And if we are moving in the wrong path, then we know that that's leaven. We know that that's sin, right? So it says that for even the Messiah, our Passover is sacrificed for us. So he sacrificed for us because he's assuming all of that sin. He's atoning. He's mediating for us, right? To the Most High, right? So therefore, let us keep the feast, right? So we must keep the feast, keep the things that the Most High has set forth that show signs pointing to the Messiah, right? But not with the old leaven. So this is the first high holy day of the year. So whatever you was dealing with last year, you need to have gotten rid of it before coming into it this year, right? before now, because we should be getting better. We should be changing, right? To try to become those new creatures. Like, because when he say that the new covenant comes, he's going to put the laws into our minds and in our hearts to circumcise them, right? So renewing our mind. So we have to be in practice to make sure that we can make the team. So right now in your life, this is your tryout. You have to get through the tryout. In order to get through the tryout, you got to figure out what are the requirements. What do you have to do? Finish with the left hand, finish with the right hand, make free throws, play defense, steals. I'm just using the basketball analogy, but you can use any other analogy you want. But either way, whatever job that you have to go through the requirements in order to even meet the interview. Once you get the interview, guess what you got to do? Train before they even put you on a full-time or a position. You got to train. So the same thing goes for the Most High. So let's make sure that we get it right and we keep it right. We remove the malice and the wickedness out of us, right? And we do everything with sincerity and the truth. No, these holy days is not for you to pull up like it's Unc's barbecue or you feel me going to go see Granny at Granny house and all that. Nothing wrong going to go see your family and doing all that and kicking and chilling. Nothing wrong with that. But the feasts are meant for the Most High in remembrance of the Messiah. So that means you got to clean yourself through all these things and get rid of it. So come on, we got more to do. We got more work to do.
John 15, verses 18 through 25. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin. But now they have no cloak for their sin. He that hateth me hateth my Father also. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin. But now have they both seen and hated both me and my Father. But this cometh to pass, that the word might be fulfilled that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause.
So in John 15, 18 to 25, right? Basically, you have to understand that within this feast being at the beginning of the year, we have to move according to who we serve. Who do we serve? The Most High. So the Most High, his laws are different from the laws of this world. So when we hold on to things like, oh, well, you got to follow the law of the land. Are you going to do that going against what the Most High said? Nah, you got to stick to it. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. So by us following this, the world is going to hate us for following this. You got to figure out whether or not I'm with it or I'm not, right? So it says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin, right? So by us moving with the Most High, following the Messiah, right? If he had not come, there wouldn't have been no us getting on the right track, us knowing what to follow or what not to follow. So we wouldn't have had no covering. Catching up now, right? So, but this come to pass that the word might be fulfilled that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause. That sounds like what we read when you go read Isaiah 53. So they're going to hate you without a cause because you follow this book. Now, if you know anything about the fruits of the Spirit, there's no law against moving in the fruits of the Spirit, which is keeping this law. So y'all got to understand, we got to keep on moving, ladies and gentlemen.
Matthew 22, verses 1 through 14. And Yeshua answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain king, which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Again he sent forth other servants, saying, Tell them which are bidden, Behold, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage. But they made light of it, and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise. And the remnant took his servants, and entreated them spitefully, and slew them. But when the king heard thereof, he was wroth. And he sent forth his armies, and destroyed those murderers, and burned up their city. Then saith he to his servants, The wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways, and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment, and he saith unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither, not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then said the king to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few are chosen.
Okay. Matthew 22, verses 1 through 14. What this is explaining is the Messiah is talking about the entryway, the prerequisites to getting to the kingdom. Remember, just like we was talking about, right? The requirements, right? The requirements to getting to the kingdom is just like a marriage, right? So the father, right, in this parable is like, look, my son about to get married. I'm trying to bid everybody to the feast. So the Most High is trying to get the Messiah, has prepared a marriage for the Messiah. The Messiah is coming to marry who? Israel, right? Israel is the bride. The Messiah is the bridegroom. So the Most High is telling all the servants, get it? All of us servants to go get the good and the bad. Good and the bad. Get everybody. Bring them all together to come to the marriage, come to the feast. He said, we got food ready. We got the catering. You know what I'm saying? Got the DJ. It's about to be lit. You know what I'm saying? Come on through. You know what I'm saying? It's a wedding. So in weddings, you don't pull up in flip flops and, you know, basketball shorts, right? So father comes in, sees the guy. Hey, friend, why you dressed like you just came off the street? Right? Like, didn't you know you was coming to a wedding? And he was speechless. Said, man, you out of here. So the moral of this parable is, if we say that we follow this book, we believe in the Most High, we believe in the Messiah, Yeshua. If we say that we believe it, we have to follow these things in order to get our attire right, to get to the kingdom. Marriage, right? If we want to get there, see, a lot of us think that, you know, getting married is the goal. No, it's not. Getting married is the goal. Making sure that you stay married is the goal. So while you just only trying to do one or two things to make sure I'm good, I'm straight. No, you need to be working on all things little by little to make sure that you're clean so you can make it through. So you can make it through, right? Because it says at the end, for many are called, but few are chosen. So a lot of us are called, but we don't get chosen because we choose to do the wrong thing. You're not choosing to follow the word because you got excuses or you got justifications for other things that you feel like are necessary over this right here. So just like it said in the parable, other people talking about, man, I got to go tend to my farm. I got to go back to my store. I got to go see my family or whatever. Okay. You're missing the point. You need to come to this marriage. You need to come to this wedding. You need to come to this feast. You need to get ready. But a lot of us, we thinking that we already ready or we got time. No, you don't got time. So when we bidding you, when you see your brothers and sisters who follow in this way, Israelites who are actually moving in the right manner, we're bidding you to the feast. Now, this ain't no cookout, so that's why we're giving you instructions on what to do. When it comes to the Passover, when it comes to unleavened bread, there's specific instructions that we saying, hey, don't bring nothing with no yeast or leaven in it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We can't have none of that for the whole week. You know what I'm saying? For the whole eight to 7 days. You know what I'm saying? We can't have it. You feel me? And while you thinking in the world with your worldly mindset, oh, no, it should be cool. It should be cool. It should be cool. That's because you have now separated yourself from the ones that he's called versus the ones that he's chosen. Because the one that he's chosen, those are not of the world. So your mindset and how you thinking is of the world. It's not of the Most High, right? It's not of the Most High. You're this way. You're not that way, right? So be on the right hand of things, not on the left side. Let's keep going.
John 13, verses 1 through 17. Now before the feast of the Passover, when Yeshua knew that his hour was come that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world, he loved them unto the end. And supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him. Yeshua, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he was come from Yah, and went to Yah, he riseth from supper, and laid aside his garments, and took a towel, and girded himself. After that he poureth water into a basin, and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded. Then cometh he to Simon Peter. And Peter saith unto him, Lord, dost thou wash my feet? Yeshua answered and said unto him, What I do thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. Peter saith unto him, Thou shalt never wash my feet. Yeshua answered him, If I wash thee not, thou hast no part with me. Simon Peter saith unto him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. Yeshua saith to him, He that is washed needeth not save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit. and ye are clean, but not all. For he knew who should betray him. Therefore said he, Ye are not all clean. So after he had washed their feet, and had taken his garments, and was set down again, he said unto them, Know ye what I have done to you? Ye call me Master and Lord, and ye say, Well, for so I am. If I then, your Lord and Master, have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example, that ye should do as I have done to you. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. If ye know these things, happy are ye if ye do them.
John chapter 13, right? Verses 1 through 17. So first, what we see there is, it says, now before the feast of Passover, when the Messiah knew that his hour was come, right? So this is that supper, right? This is going back to that same account that we read in Matthew. This is going back to that supper when he broke that bread, right? He broke that bread, letting them know, like, look, y'all, Passover is coming. So my time is up because I am the Passover, right? So things are happening to where he's like, look, y'all have to understand that this is my final chance to prepare y'all. So while he's doing this, when they finish up the supper, he tells Judas, hey, look, man, go do what you got to do, man, because I know the devil is on you. You know what I'm saying? Go do what you got to go do, and be going about your business. You know what I'm saying? So watch this. Notice that when he sends him out the door, Judas ain't the one to be cleaned, because then he starts to do what? Gird himself, throw a towel on his waist, you know what I'm saying? And get down, get a bowl of water and a cloth, and he begin to wash everybody's feet. And Simon Peter's like, man, what you doing, man? Like, you the master, man. What you doing washing my feet? I'm supposed to be washing your feet. He like, listen, I came here to serve, not to be served, because he's trying to teach us how to be those servants. Again, remember the wedding? Remember the marriage? He's trying to teach us how to be those servants, to serve. So now what do we have to do? We have to learn how to serve. So he's saying, look, man, I'm finna wash everybody's feet. I'm finna make y'all clean. Going into Passover, right? Which is when we're supposed to have the unleavened bread, and then the feast of unleavened bread begins, right? So now we see that all this is happening, right? He's washing the feet. He's making sure everybody is clean. And then he lets them know, if ye know these things, happy are ye if you do them. So it's not enough to know what the Messiah says, what the Bible says, what the Most High says. The happiness comes when you do them, right? But you have to do them in sincerity, which is what we read before, right? And in truth. You have to do these things in sincerity and in truth, which means you really have to focus on doing them. Not just, oh man, because it says so. No, but it has to be burning inside of you to want to do it, right? Gotta want to do this thing, right? The Most High says, this is a law that I've gave to my people, my inheritance, to follow me, worship me, right? So going back to what we read in Matthew, many are called, but few are chosen. The chosen are happy to do it. The many are called, they picking and choosing which side they want to do. Oh, I just do a little bit of this. Oh, I just do a little bit of that. Don't be that person. Hey, go sit, go read these scriptures, go meditate and pray, and see where the Father leads you, right? See where the Father leads you. And hopefully that brings you some clarity.